Hey guys, me Matthew again, and today I'm going to be doing another audio series. Anyways, if you're new here, please like, subscribe to the bell down below. If you're not subscribed, please like, subscribe to the bell down below, as well as go for my community posts. You do not know where you may find. But anyways, this story is pretty much similar to Hunger Games and several other types, but slightly different. It's a bit more similar to Minecraft story mode, where they encounter the games at the end of season 2, but it's a bit more realistic than Minecraft to the best of my capability, and is in a future setting. But anyways, I hope you enjoy the story. Chapter 24, Rebellion. Commander Martinez looks up from his maps and files scattered across the war table, his expression turning stern as he sees our group enter. He straightens up slowly, glancing between Cardin, Crystal, and I with a calculating gaze. Commander Martinez. In here I thought I could keep certain things under wraps. A woman in a second-in-command uniform sternly spoke up. The second-in-command, a stern-faced woman with her hair tied back tightly, steps forward. Second-in-command. You're asking for information that's classified, Bisconic. Information that could compromise our entire operation if it fell into the wrong hands. She casts a glare towards Cardin Crystal. You don't have a plan, do you? It's written all over your face. And as for you, ma'am, you know I can make your clothing tear apart in the snap of my fingers, right? So if I were you, I'd shut the hell up and let your elders speak. I gave her a glare with intense red eyes. The second-in-command's face reddens with anger, but she stays silent as commanded. Commander Martinez clears his throat, breaking his tense silence. Commander Martinez. Very well. I'll admit we don't have a solid plan yet. The commander's defenses are too strong and his army too formidable. Let's see. I use my nanotech to search and hack through the logs with ease, downloading the information into Bisconic and I's brains. Commander Martinez watches me with a mix of astonishment and suspicion as I effortlessly hack into his secure system. The second-in-command looks shocked, while Cardin and Crystal exchange worried glances. Within seconds, I have all the classified information downloaded into my brain. You dumb tools. Here I thought you knew what you were doing when you gave Bisconic and I those orbs. Clearly none of you don't have a plan. Come on, y'all. We've got what we needed, I said with a slight smirk as we hope to exit the war room. As I turn to leave, Commander Martinez calls out angrily. Commander Martinez. Wait, where do you think you're going with that information? It's classified. The second-in-command moves to block our exit, her hand resting on her holtered sidearm. I snapped my fingers, causing the woman's clothes to tear into dust, any metal on her sidearm adding to Bisconic and I's nanotech arsenal as her naked form is exposed. The room goes dead silent as the second-in-command stammers. Second-in-command. What did you do? My clothes. I did warn you, I said as she collapsed to cover herself, giving us room to walk out. We exit the war room, leaving behind a stunned and embarrassed Commander Martinez and his now naked second in command. Carter and Crystal quickly follow me out, their faces red with a mix of embarrassment and amusement. Crystal, Biskanig, head to the cryopod area. Our nailed hack will make y'all invisible while allowing you to see us as well. Once there, inform the cryo-sleeping contestants we're taking over this damn rebellion. I said as we go invisible, my hand holding these conigans, while Maxine, Corden, and Crystal nod and headed over to the infirmary cryopod area that is a couple miles from them, while Bisconic and I head to the military area that is a mile closer. Bisconic and I make our way invisibly through the military area, avoiding soldiers and guards effortlessly. The nailed tech allows us to blend into the shadows perfectly. Meanwhile, Maxine leads Cardin and Crystal towards the infirmary cryopod area, their footsteps silent. Once in the middle of the military area, Bisconic and I use our nanotech to create a spectacle as white flower petals made of nanotech swirl around us until we were no longer invisible, drawing the attention of everyone present. I tapped into the comm system in the room. Ladies and gentlemen, I hate to inform y'all this, but Commander Martinez and his second in command, they have no plan despite giving Bisconic and I our nanotech. I paused, letting this information sink in. The military personnel present exchanged unsure glances, some looking confused, others frustrated. A few officers stepped forward, demanding clarification. Officer, what are you talking about? Commander Martinez is leading this rebellion, one officer argues. Officer 2, he's the one who got those orbs for you. Another adds, meanwhile, Maxine, Cardin, and Crystal was quickly cutting through shortcuts to get to the cryopod areas, staying silent as they got past several people in the short amount of time. Maxine, Cardin, and Crystal managed to slip past the guards unnoticed, their stealthy approach allowing them to reach the cryopod area without detection. They carefully navigate through the rows of pods until they reach their targets, the cryo-sleeping contestants. They made sure no one was inside the room before locking the door behind them. Before my voice echoes through the comms, that was followed by the soldiers in the same room as Bisconic and I. I know, even I thought that very thing, until these past 5 months prior, and they still hadn't given us any information about what the plan is. So minutes ago, we found out firsthand, and this is what I found from the war room servers and what was laid out on the table. I snapped my fingers, showing everyone the information I had downloaded into Bisconic and I's minds, revealing no plan, no structure, just secure location and security measures of the enemy, and more before continuing. As y'all can see, they have the makings of a plan to take out the commander, but nothing solid due to their incompetence. I let it sink in. The room falls into a stunned silence. The officers and soldiers exchange shocked glances, the gravity of the situation sinking in. One by one, they begin to realize the truth behind my words. A veteran sergeant steps forward, his voice grave. Sergeant. So, we've been fighting blind this whole time? I wouldn't say fighting, but sneaking in the shadows, gathering intel, capturing contestants like Bisconigan, Clan Clash, and I before we entered the survival games, while leaving behind our clones as decoys to fool the government, all while we're here safe and sound until our clones die and we wake up from the cryopods, then doing our part soon after. Does that sound about right? The sergeant nods slowly, his expression darkening. Sergeant. Damn, you're right. We've been reacting, not planning. No wonder we keep making progress slowly. Other soldiers began to murmur in agreement, some looking angry, others frustrated. However, thanks to the nanotech, these Conigan eyes, analytical mental processing has quickened tremendously, and thanks to that, we can see a plan that Commander Martinez and his second in command failed to see what was right in front of them. I snapped my fingers, causing both Maxine and Cardin's invisibility I was providing them and all the occupied cryopods in the cryopod area to open up, startling Maxine, Cardin, and Crystal. As the contestants began to stir, their clones in the FTS survival games and the ones that were on standby for CFTS, as well as those who were free, all collapse elsewhere as their real bodies finally wake up. You see, I believe it's time to leave the government baffled, as I've just woken up all of the remaining contestants here, even the ones that were deemed free until now. I pause as both Commander Martinez and his second in command enter the room as they hear my words. Commander Martinez strides into the room, his face red with anger. His second in command follows closely behind, looking equally furious. Commander Martinez. What the hell do you think you're doing? Martinez demands, his voice echoing through the room. Second in command. You woke up everyone? Are you insane? Did I not make that clear in the games and interviews? And it's very clear at this very moment who's more competent, as you're both demoted for driving everyone's beliefs into the mud, therefore losing everyone's trust and respect. Martinez and your lovely wife. Does that sound alright to y'all, everyone? I spread out my arms to address everyone in the room with a smirk. The room erupts into chaos. Soldiers and officers shout their approval, throwing support behind Visconigan and I. Some even start cheering my name. Martinez and his wife look stunned. Their faces pale with shock. One of the officers steps forward, addressing the crowd. I cross my arms curiously. Officer 4, I move that we vote on the spot. Commander Martinez and his second in command are no longer fit to lead. They've lost our trust and respect. I propose we elect a new commander and second in command immediately. The officer looks around the room, meeting eager eyes. Do y'all want to hear the plan that Martinez and his wife missed? The room falls silent, all eyes turning to me. The officer who proposed the vote nods eagerly. Officer 4. Yes, please share your plan. Anything is better than the mess we've been dealing with. The soldiers and officers murmur in agreement, their trust now firmly placed in Beast Conigan and I. What those two missed is that, thanks who their decision to give Beast Connigan and I our nanotech, paired with the current information we downloaded from the War Room servers, and the current on-standby players who are all only criminals and of real crimes, I can say for a fact that if we sneak around the whole former war zone and wait on my signal within the week while the contestants who had just woken up rest, we can create so much controlled chaos once all of the civilians are in the outer states, after broadcasting that a fake virus has spread from the freed contestants' cloned bodies without revealing the clone fact, and from the fallen veteran contestants in the CFTS building. That way we'll have the element of surprise, drawing the military downwind from DC, so that those of us contestants in the following groups can work with those who have no enhancements, while those of the higher tiered groups head into DC, so that Beast Connigan and I can end this bullshit together, I shouted enthusiastically at the end. The room explodes with cheers and applause. The soldiers and officers are visibly excited, energized by my plan. The officer who proposed the vote turns to Martinez and his wife, pointing an accusatory finger at them. Officer 4, you hear that? That's leadership. That's competence. Officer, they get the point at this point. There's no need to rub salt in the wound. Now, Martinez, you and your wife are going to be the ones to make that and deliver that anonymous tip about the so-called virus straight to the news reporters throughout the country like wildfire, I said non-discriminatorily. Martinez and his wife exchange glances, their faces red with humiliation. The officer steps forward, his voice firm. Officer 3, they'll do it or they'll answer to the entire military for their incompetence. Martinez nods slowly, his shoulders slumped in defeat. At least this way you'll make up for what you didn't do. Okay, you two? I smiled warmly. Martinez and his wife exchanged surprised glances at my kindness. They nodded silently, actually seeming grateful for the opportunity to redeem themselves. The officer who proposed the vote turns back to Beast Connigan and I. Officer 4, you two should be commanders. This plan is brilliant. It's our plan that we came up with together. It only makes sense. Plus, I need to make the commander regret his suggestion to make me leader of Clan Clash and CFTS, and you can definitely expect things to be theatrical in DC. I smirked as I giggled excitedly. The officer chuckles heartily. Officer 4, I'd pay money to see that. Alright, everyone, you heard the new commanders. Let's get to work. We have a country to save and some payback to deliver. The room bursts into action, soldiers and officers rushing to their respective tasks, energized by the new plan and leadership. There will be 3 groups: tanks, cover fires, and berserkers. The tanks will make sure to protect and guide any civilians who couldn't make it to the outer states, and guide them back to our base. The cover fires will be taking on the distracted military, providing cover fire to both the civilians and tanks. And finally, the berserkers will join Beast Connigan and I in taking down the commander. These groups will vary in type. Those of you who are big and muscular, who or don't have enhancements will be part of the tank group. Those of you who can drive, shoot, and don't have enhancements will be part of the cover fire group, while the highest tiered enhanced will be part of the berserker group, as in level 11 and up enhancements in both speed, strength, and wild in their personalities. Those who fall below that will be with the other two groups. Unless if y'all want to stay here and protect the civilians here, that'll be left to you. Are we in agreement, y'all? I smiled widely. The room erupts into enthusiastic cheers and nods. Soldiers and officers alike are pumped up about the plan and their assigned roles. The officer who proposed the vote steps forward. Officer 4. Freaking brilliant. Finally, a plan that makes sense and actually gives us a chance to kick some ass. After a day of preparation, Martinez and his wife sent a scientifically plausible anonymous tip to every news building throughout the country, calling it enhancement syndrome. That basically is a combination of several illnesses that were currently in the hospital throughout the interstates, causing the news of this enhancement syndrome to expectedly spread like wildfire. Those who didn't show symptoms were, as expected, sent to the outer states where it's safe, while those with illness were sent to these hospitals over the course of 3 days. Meanwhile, we've been infiltrating the military numbers and medical staff to blend in and secretly take the remaining civilians to our base. Once it was Friday morning and only 2% of the civilians were left, it was time for our theatrical surprise. I'm currently with Beast Connigan and 23 others, including Crystal and Cardin, who had gotten their upgrades 5 months ago prior to waking up from cryosleep after infection, were with us as we're on standby, waiting for the sun to rise as I hold my walkie. Static crackles through the walkies as soldiers respond enthusiastically. Walkie. Ready as hell. Let's light this mother trucker up. One soldier's voice booms through the static, followed by laughter and cheers from others. Walkie. Just wait on that sweet, sweet sunshine. You won't have to wait much longer. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's showtime! I snap my fingers as my nanotech causes music similar to the song Crazy Train to be heard throughout the cities, radios, anything with loudspeaker, to create a lot of attention as gunfire is followed while our group waits for the military NBC to go into action down into the city, as chaos was reported to the commander and his military personnel who commands the Army, Air Force, and Marines, while the Navy are left defending the outer states outside of the majority of our enhanced soldiers versus those of our soldiers who have no enhancements at all, entertaining us in our ears while we wait. The sound of chaos erupts from the walkies as the musical plays on a loop, punctuated by gunfire explosions and the screams of confused and panicked soldiers. After a few tense minutes, the voice of the commander crackles through the second walkie. Commander. All units report. What in the actual hell is going on out there? Hearing his voice on the military channel of the enemy, I couldn't help myself as I sing into the channel. Can't take my sass, can't take my talking. Commander, you can kiss my ass and walk in hell. I laughed like the joke once I was done singing. The channel erupts into stunned silence before the commander's voice returns trembling with rage. Commander, who the shit is this? Show yourself. You think you can just sing at me while my men are getting slaughtered? I will find you and end you personally. Then send your soldiers into the city if you think yourself also high in might, you childless tyrant. I was playing on the fact that he believes that his children Crystal and Corin are dead, and his belief that all of the FTS and CFTS veterans are dead, despite that clearly not being true. The commander's rage-filled roar echoes through the walkie before he begins barking orders. Commander, all units into the city, find this freaking asshole and blow him to hell. No mercy, no quarter. It was finally time to go invisible thanks to Beast Connigan and I's nanotech that makes our presence unnoticeable, unless if we bump into them, of course, but we were careful. The military floods into the city with guns blazing. We find nothing but empty buildings and more enhanced soldiers lying in wait, picking them off with precision. The commander's voice rose more desperate and furious with each passing minute. Commander, where are you? Show your face, you coward. We soon speed our way through and into the office of the White House before turning off the invisibility that the nanotech was providing as we stand a yard or two away from him. Aw, what's wrong, little puppy? Cat caught your tongue? I laughed like the Joker again, while only Beast Connigan, Crystal, Carden, and I are in the room, while the other 21 are waiting throughout the building of the White House. The commander spins around, his face contorted with shock and rage when he sees the four of us standing there, especially his supposed dead children, his gun shaking in his hand. Commander, you? How? You're supposed to be dead. Voice of the people. You gotta give it to them, using clones to swap our real bodies to safety in cryopods that connects our brains to flash clone copies was very clever on their part, and yet I bet me freeing them from their cryopods, causing their lifeless cloned bodies to go limp in the middle of survival games must have been quite the shock. I smirked as my nanotech slowly turns the commander's bullets into only gunpowder unnoticeably. Commander looks from me to Crystal and Carden, disbelief written all over his face as he tries to process this revelation. Suddenly his gun clicks, but nothing happens. Commander, what the? He pulls the trigger again and again, but each time it only clicks emptily. I snapped my fingers as all the metal in the gun turns into nanotech dust. leaving only useless plastic in his hands and falling to the floor. The commander stares at the useless gun in his hand, then back at me with pure hatred and frustration. He throws the gun aside and reaches for a button on his desk. Commander, guards, get in here now. No one's coming. And please, why act like you're defenseless? Everyone else may not have noticed your hidden enhancements, but I did the first time we met, when you asked me to lead Clan Clash after the end of FTS. So why be so cowardly and hide them? It'll be a lot more fun if or when you decide to put up a fight, unless if you're scared of something. I smiled in a way that told the commander that I knew his secret. The commander's face turns red with anger and embarrassment as he realizes that I've seen through him all along. His hands clenched into fists, and for a moment he looks like he might explode with rage. Finally, he speaks through gritted teeth. Commander, you little shit, he growls. Now, what was your true name again with your religion? I was trying to provoke him so that I'll say it out loud. We all moved faster than him as I say his religious name. Crucifix the Sadist, I said as he goes through the wall now in front of us. The commander crashes through the wall, creating a huge hole as he's launched backwards. He hits the ground hard, sliding several feet before coming to a stop. He looks up, his face a mask of shock and anger as he hears his true name echoing around the room. That's right, we all know now. And so you know, I'm Beast/Clash, or as Yahweh our Elohim gave me as a messianic believer, I'm God's beast. My nanotech forms around me to create a smilodon with phoenix angel wings that burst into realistic flames that produces real heat, while my lower limbs produce frost, while I'm on all fours. My red eyes wild in excitement as Beast Connigan chooses a similar form that's more beautiful and elegant as her purple galaxy wings spread across off of her back, Crystal and Cardin ready to take down their father as the other 21 enhanced soldiers with us surrounds the commander, her just as ready as we are, as I purred and growled simultaneously. The commander stares at the magnificent and terrifying form I've taken, his eyes wide with terror and recognition. He knows immediately that I'm not just some enhanced soldier. I'm something far more powerful and divine. His voice cracks with fear as he stands up shakily. Commander. God's commander. Beast? You can't be. He swallows hard, realizing that every myth, every prophecy he's ever known is coming true before his eyes. His children, his creations, have become the very beings he once tried to emulate in his twisted cult. Oh, but I am, and this fight is going to be so damn fun. I laughed like the Joker as I jumped excitedly up and down on all fours, showing my excitement, not in killing Crucifix, but in the exercise and thrilling pleasures that will rush through my middle-aged body. The commander actually looks terrified now as he sees my predatory excitement. I'm not just here to kill him, I'm here to savor the thrill of the hunt, to enjoy every moment of this. He knows he's facing someone who isn't driven by hate or revenge, but by pure exhilaration. A true apex predator in every sense. Commander. You! He suddenly takes action when I played a personally made, light-hearted, rebellious, danceable song. Its name, Die, Die, Die. As the song Die, Die, Die begins to play, the commander suddenly snaps out of his terror and launches himself at me with renewed fury and desperation. His movements are erratic yet incredibly fast due to his hidden enhancements fully activated now that all secrets are out in the open. I jumped over him as he runs through the glass before we chased after him with quick speed and precision, while the nanotech has him highlighted as a red silhouette in our visions. We each took multiple hits on Crucifix, but he wouldn't go down. Our efforts on making him even more berserk. The commander's body is littered with cuts and burns from our attacks, but he's barely slowed down. The song Die 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 seems to be driving him mad with rage and determination. He's completely abandoned any semblance of strategy or defense. He's just attacking wildly now. Commander, Right as we were about to land a simultaneous attack, at the last moment he punches me despite the force not hurting my actual body, making the song change out of my own anger that makes me laugh like a maniac once I got back on all fours. Okay, then everyone except for Beast Konig and I leave and help the rest in the city. Things just got personal. I popped my neck. The second song I made, that's called Government's Fall, playing in the air as I laughed maniacally, fake flames showing around my eyes of my smiley-down form. The commander's face contorts with madness as he hears the new song, Government's Fall. He understands that this is now a one-on-one battle between us two, the ultimate test of strength and will. He roars, his body bulging with muscles as he charges at us with incredible speed. We move just as fast as we aim to take him on two sides to kill him, but without him knowing that's what we're aiming for, my laughter being a good distraction. The commander is completely focused on me, my laughter, and unpredictable movements, keeping him off balance. He's fighting like a cornered beast now, reckless and fierce. He lands a devastating blow on my side, but instead of slowing down, he just gets angrier when he sees me laugh even harder. Once the sun was about to hit its crescendo, we soon attack simultaneously as we bite down hard enough into his chest and pelvic bone on opposite ends, tearing him in half as his enhancements become part of our nanotech before we dropped his remains to calm down as our nanotech disperses from around our human forms, my laughter turning into quick breaths. The commander's remains lie on the ground, his body torn in half and his enhancements completely absorbed by our nanotech. The Sun Government's fall reaches its climax before fading away into silence. Miss Connigan and I stand there panting slightly, but otherwise unharmed. I gave the nanotech a mental command to show the whole country the commander's fate before encouraging for the fight to stop and to kill those who are still shooting on the ground who ain't from the rebellion's forces, giving us time to catch our breaths. The nanotech obediently broadcasts the commander's gruesome fate to every screen and device across the country. The fighting on the ground begins to slow as soldiers witness their leader's demise. Those who were still fighting against the rebellion forces quickly surrender or are swiftly taken down by the remaining rebels. It's finally over, my love. With the commander defeated and the fighting largely over, a sense of calm settles over the city. Miss Connigan wraps her arms around my waist, pulling me close as the two of us share a tender kiss. Crowds gather to begin to cheer and celebrate, hailing us both as heroes. Music plays as we kissed with the crowd as our audience. After that day, we went to a church in Alaska. Our broadcast a private wedding shown across the country on New Year's night. We stand under the hoopah, ready to put a ring on it. The church is beautifully decorated with white flowers and soft candlelight. The sound of our homemade music fills the air as Miss Connigan and I stand under the hoopah, ready to exchange vows. The country is watching their screens, tuned into this intimate moment. Priest. Miss Connigan, do you take Miss Connigan to be your wife? I do. My finger is pricked as 2 drops of blood goes into 2 vials attached to 2 necklaces, 1 drop each before I suckle my finger. Priest. Miss Connigan, do you take Miss Connigan as your husband? Miss Connigan, I do. Her finger was pricked next. 2 drops of her blood going into the vials before they're permanently sealed as she sucks on her pricked finger. Priest. Then by the power bestowed upon me, I pronounce you both husband and wife. You may kiss the bride in 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year's! We French kiss happily through the whole minute as the new year turns from 2056 to 2057. The end.
Fading in, fading out, on the edge of paradise. Every inch of your skin is a holy grail I've gotta find. Oh, I can't get enough, don't ever let me be away from you. Your arms are my castle, your heart is my sky. You wipe away tears when I cry. I'm gonna hold you tight, cause you're the only thing that I can't lose. I'll let you set the pace, cause I'm not thinking straight. My head's spinning around, I can't see clear no more. I never needed you to give me things. I never needed gifts or diamond rings. All I ever need is hear you. You'll always be my dream. So love me like you do. Love me like you do. confess you are the best. So baby, come take me. Girl, I want you to lock me in your heart and throw away the key. Show me love the way it's supposed to be. Lock me in your heart and never